Good day. Well, welcome back to the stream. I didn't think I was going to be doing another one, but I think I actually enjoyed it that much. I'm going to try it again, and hopefully not break as much this time. So, welcome to the stream, and if you're watching this on demand, welcome to the VOD, or YouTube video, or wherever this ends up. So, I'm going to go back to Purple Plus again, and I have pulled up the list of things that need working on here, and this is here is all the stuff that's in the version 1.1 milestone, quite a bit. So what I've already done is I have made a new welcome page that looks like this, and I think it's a bit of an improvement actually. I like the idea of it being a case of pointing as if you can see what I'm doing. I like the idea of being create profile view so you can get help and just being split up rather than just having it flick along and it's up to the user if you actually choose to cycle through that whole carousel thing, which looking at Google Analytics for it, not many did. But aside from that, what we've also got is this sort of mission statement, I suppose, or at least a brief explanation of what the site actually does, which I'm much more fond of. Now if we actually go onto the site, and the original stuff is now under here on this feature spotlight page. I might change this again because I'm not particularly happy with the layout of it. It's like a few minor things, like if you look sort of here, you can see, I'll just do the side where the chat's not covering it, but you can just see here the problems where it sort of clips in as well and it's transparent. I just don't like it in general, but I'll come back to that. What I'm currently working on is the statistics page, which is brand new. And what I want to be able to do is show various statistics about the site, so approved profiles, pending profiles, rejected profiles, and so on. The problem comes in, I want to have like an animation where it like tallies up as you load the page. If I refresh, you can kind of see it here just under the chat. Unfortunately, it's counting that one when that should be spread across all of them. I think each one should set to 10. It's only doing that one. I don't get why. But that's task 1. And then I also want to decide how to do twos and ad requests. I don't even know what the statistics are going to be for that yet, but hopefully something remotely interesting. Okay, so here's what I've got. This is the bit that tallies it up, and as you can see on the HTML code for it, each one has a value of 10. That's currently hard coded in, it'll soon be variable and actually get the data from the database. So what I currently need to work out is why it's only doing it to that one, because it should do it to each of the ones that meets this, which is all of them, I think. So I think the best place to start is let's just run it again and see what this is, because this, when it comes back, this here is whatever iteration it's on. So is it the first one, the third one, it doesn't matter. So it's getting the right thing, so it understands what's what, which is fine. So then in this bit, in this loop, I need to find out what element is, because element has been saved as this, because I think I was having some problems with it and decided this would be a good solution, which it probably isn't. See, that's just going on infinitely, or seemingly infinite. But what we can see here is that although it's doing it right, when you actually get down to the 12 part here, on line 12, these are all the same one for some reason. So the key to this is finding out why that's happening. I'm thinking the best way to start is to just, rather than have it as a loop of each, just do it hard-coded. So that's what I'm going to try. So let's get rid of that. And I'll just save it as a comment in case I need it back later, if this doesn't work. But we will begin with pending profiles, because why not? So we're going to assign each one an ID. So this one can be stats, job statistic, profiles, approved, no, pending. So then if I do this, oh yeah, this is what I did. So this bit still actually works, I think. Yeah, hi Shadow, glad you find it interesting because it's doing my head in. so at least it's worth it. So I wanted to make it take 5 seconds, because otherwise it'll just go on infinitely, and then, or like the first one will complete in a second, and the next one will complete in 10 seconds, and it'll be all over the place. So for increments, 5,000 milliseconds divided by how many there are. So in this case, it's once every half a second. So what I need to do is set an interval loop like this one, which I've conveniently already made. This is why I also comment it out, because you can usually just cannibalize bits of existing code. It'll still work. So yeah, still need value, don't I? How are you today, Shadow? How's things going? Right, so then if I just make this one into at least if this works, I know that the actual concept I'm going with works, and then it's just a case of the loop layout is the bit that doesn't work. Then that's a job well done in itself. Let's refresh that. And now nothing happened whatsoever. Great. It's just great, isn't it? I did call it that, didn't I? Statistic profiles pending, that's why. No, I don't really do Halloween, Shadow. I've never really have liked it. You know, we're one of the households that okay, that's good. That works at least, kind of. We're one of the families that's more of the unplug the doorbell, hide the sweets, hide under the bed, lights out, curtains shut, all that sort of thing. Call me unspirited, but I just don't see the appeal of it personally. It's sort of the main one in the year. Black Friday's the other one. I detest Black Friday. It's just an excuse for perfectly normal people to behave like absolute idiots over a television that's 80% off or something. It just brings out the worst in everyone. Right. So for some reason that went on once too many times. Maybe I need to put value under that instead. Yes, that works. Maybe no, that should just be that. That's why. Did you do anything interesting? I'm not sure what sort of. Yay! Oh, it's gone over. No, that should made it worse. Great, fantastic. Well, Guy Fawkes Day, or Bonfire Night as I usually refer to it as, is a bit of a difficult one, because it also happens to also be my parents' wedding anniversary. So, yeah, we don't tend to do much there. I usually just sort of sit in my room and look out onto the ones in the distance. Also, one of my friends was supposed to be auditioning for Britain's Got Talent on that day, but that's not anymore. Hey, thanks to follow, N15. I can see, look how professional I am. I've even got notifications. That's how much I've changed things since last time. Yes, thank you very much to follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Right. So this still doesn't work. So let's check what value is here and what total is. It might just be that total is confused in some way. Oh, that's interesting. It went up again for no apparent reason. Okay, let's try it again down here. Yes, how professional am I? I've even got a schedule extension panel as well. So I've never used extensions for anything. Just thought I'd give it a try. I've also got a chat overlay when I upload this places later, so you can still see it. Which I think's alright. So that didn't work again, I don't get it. I've never really looked into the sort of alerts thing, so I've never needed them. So I thought Streamlabs, which I think was formerly Twitch Alerts, even though I sort of wanted to avoid them given the whole Gaming for Good drama that still haunts me by the night. Oh, it seems to be alright though, so far so good. I mean, I'm probably not going to go into donations or anything, unless something similar. But for what I need it for, it's alright. I think that'd be a host one as well that I did. Just a unglitch emote. Maybe I was right with my first idea of just put it under like this. Okay, that worked. I don't know why that worked, but it did. So, the question is now, how do I really sort of expand this, I suppose? I think the best way to do it is I do statistics and then an array of all the different things I need. Oh, well that won't be at the same time. Yep, it does work. Thanks, Shadow. Thanks for helping me test that, and thanks for hosting me as well. No, it even comes up in the chat. How nice. This is the other problem I've got now. I want this to be done at the same time, so I think if I do pending underscore. Oh, actually, I know the way to do this. Make that into an object. I've been doing loads of Python coding recently, and I keep wanting to say dictionary list and everything else. It's a difficult habit to get out of, which is why I don't like doing more than one language at once. So then if I do pull this back in, and then I make that pending dot, and then this is going to be a bit tricky because of the loop will have to go on for a certain amount of time, won't it? Oh well, let's try it, and it might not work, but it's worth a go. I've not done anything like this for a while. Which language I prefer? JavaScript by far. I hate Python, but it's just one of those things that I have to do. Certain things. The problem with Python is it's where in JavaScript has like brackets and braces. Python is just entirely tabs and indents, and it's just a pain to manage. So if I wanted to just say, okay, let's not make this a loop for a bit, and I can just comment that bit, comment out that bit, and that bit, this bit will still work. Whereas if I do that in Python, it will just decide it's not going to do that for me and just cause an error. So that's my main reason for not liking it. And also, I just think this makes more sense, really. Like, you know, var approved equals this. You know what it is. Whereas with Python, it's just, you know, that. And that might sound a bit hypocritical given that I've just, you know, done this with no var in front of it. But you know, it gets me, because I always get mixed up with, because I was in with like 5,000 different variables in a large project. That's just broken everything. I'm 21. Oh, because that's not. That would explain why I put a semicolon there. Oh, now these all don't work either. I used to be good at this, I promise. I put the loops in the wrong order, but it doesn't matter. Oh, wait, no, it does. Okay, let's try that. No, that didn't work. What have I missed? Oh. For the new people watching, I promise you I am good at this. I'm just having a bit of a moment today, that's all. I can do this. He says as that happens. What even is this? Oh, that's laggy. That is laggy. Okay, let's see if this does it at the same time, or... No, it just crashed at the end. Oh, great. Okay. So that doesn't work. We've learnt that much. Am I missing something obvious here? Because I want it to be done within 5 seconds, but that means that I have to calculate how often I want to increment it by. Which just seems to be quite difficult. Unless I do it every sort of... No, because that wouldn't work either, because of... All I was going to say was if I divide it and do it like every second, or every 100 milliseconds or something, and then I can work out each iteration, what do I need to bump up? Well, that ain't going to work either. So let's look at jQuery. No, jQuery, thank you. Async interval. Okay, so that's not what I want. Oh, wrong one. Oh, I wish the cyclist was watching, he'd know what to do. Right, let's come back to it, and I'll have a think about it. So, the other thing I wanted to work on particularly was the this bug. So what's been happening is when you go onto the admin page, which I can't get to because it's decided I'm not an admin anymore. That's great. Just hang on a minute. I don't know if you've noticed this shadow, but what happens is if you get someone who has a Reddit username and a Discord username attached, and then you look up someone else then who doesn't, it will retain the data from the previous person, which obviously is a bit annoying at times because when I'm like doing my adding through some polls and stuff, it just, you have to refresh it every time. When you've got about 200 or some entries to go through, it gets quite tedious after a while. So admin true and type mod. It should now. There we go. So I go to okie dokie. So if I now look up me. Yes, it was doing that. I remember now. That was the problem with it, and I can't remember why it did that. I don't think it throws an error. Yes, that is pretty odd. That's one way of putting it. Unexpected token in. Oh, I remember this problem now. Right, so if I go to account result, just close these for the time being. Client result. Apparently, there's a closing bracket that shouldn't be there somewhere, but there's only that closing bracket, which looks right because the opening one's there. And I think that's the only other one. So I'm just going to. Where's it gone now? I just remove this bit, then it's a comment. I don't know if this will work actually. Yes, it's the right bracket. So you've got what you have. This is something called Swig, which is like a marketing engine. So you can templating engine. Don't know where I got marketing from. So you pass in information when you render the page, and you just open it with 2 braces and close it with 2 braces. But then you've got these ones, which is just a standard replace function. So I think that's the only one in here. Let me check. There's one there. Yeah, and that's it. So this is the bit that I don't really get. Thanks for the suggestion though. Unfortunately it's not that one. Let's just send it a 500. Unless it's when the thing is as well, it doesn't actually tell me where it is. Usually it says line, column, so on. I was just not bothered this time. I mean, it's hard to tell where command prompt, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be. So let's just delete it entirely and see if that works. The alternative is that it's in the actual code, like it's in the JavaScript server-side code, but that just doesn't match up with what it says. Well, I'll have a look. Oh. They're closed. Yeah, and that's where it's sending the data back from. So that should be right. Really? Date. Yep, yep. I don't know, is the answer. I still can't figure out what the problem with that is. Unless just... It's unlikely to work, but you know, always worth a try. No, that's JavaScript. Right, so that hasn't worked, so that just doesn't help. Let me try. When I've rendered what data is that? It might be that it's within the this bit. Then again, that just. Let me pop out the console and let's have a proper look at it. How do I do this? Well, that'll do. Right. So that's just sent the 500 error rather than actually doing what I want, which doesn't help. So let's just get the data from like so. Let's have another crack at it. Ah, it hasn't sent it. That's interesting. Oh, it's because I put it afterwards. Okay, now that time I definitely put it in the right place. So is it sending somewhere else then? Because I'm getting, this should be right. Let's just do that, just so I know if it's going to actually work. Oh, I know why it's not working. It's 'cause I've not restarted the bloody code. I'm used to the days of using node mod that does it by itself, but that's not the case anymore. Yeah, when you change server-side code, you have to restart the app command, otherwise it just doesn't work. Right, okay, so it is getting the data, as I thought. But in some ways that's good, in some ways that's really annoying because it means it's not easy to fix. So the data's right up to this point. The render command's right. Oh, I'm missing that. And then it's going through this. Tell you what, let's duplicate this into the HTML folder, the views folder. And then what I'll do is I'll just take bits out until it works again. Not of count partial, I want the count result. Okay, so that's the backup one, so we'll leave that where it is. Close that. Now let's try up to here for now. Okay. Sort of. That's kind of what I wanted to do, I suppose. I think I've obviously just appended it in the wrong place, but okay, that bit works, that's fine. Okay, let's try the next row. Okay, it's in that block somewhere. So let's try this bit first. Let's take this bit out. Yep, okay. Okay. The thing hasn't initialized, but that's alright. So let's try next up this bit. Just check if there's any of these. Nope, okay. So the idea of doing it this way in HTML code using Swig is that it's just simply easier. Right, it's in that block somewhere. You know that now. To this, it's quite straight. Obviously, I'm disproving myself here. It should be straightforward, but as you can see, it's HTML, so it's a bit more nicely put. This is just horrible. It just does the same thing. Actually, this is a nice way of presenting it. That's what I'm going with. Right. So if data display profile is that, yeah. Okay, let's see if it's this path or it's top off. And we'll just keep going until I get somewhere. Okay, still here. It is data display.profile I'm after, isn't it? Data display profile, good. Let's half it again. Backspace keys stop working. Great. What is it doing? Hang on. Go on, strike. What is this doing? Apparently just all keyboard inputs have stopped working on this. Unless, I don't know. Accidentally switched off on VirtualBox. Bear with us a minute. I know it looks like I'm just doing nothing, but I am actually messing in some settings here that you can't see. Right, I'll have to restart VirtualBox. It's helpful. Right. Yeah, let's shut everything down and we'll restart it. Fantastic. Just what I needed. Right, let's wait for that to start up again. Okay, starting back up again. Come on, Windows. Well, the things I wasn't expecting to go wrong, I must admit, I was hoping the keyboard would work at least. Yeah, last time I broke Command Prompt, this time I broke my keyboard. Okay, there we go. I probably should check before I shut it down, and it was actually the machine and not what's the word? Not Sublime. Hey, Beef, how are you? How's things? I should probably just explain the reason I'm only just logging on is that it just stopped detecting keyboard inputs. But we're getting there. So what I'm currently in the middle of doing is working on the admin page, the admin accounts page, Purple Plus, and I'm trying to turn it into a HTML partial rather than just a long string of jQuery code. By the way, how are you? How's things? There we go. I can't remember I've saved it to now. Documents, code. There we go. No major complaints? Excellent. That's what I like to hear. There we go. Right. That error again, I don't get it. Maybe it's just the options as a whole that aren't working. Let's try it with just that option. Okay. Right, let's add the this. Let's add an end if in there. Yep, see no fault with that. And then okay, one works. Now we're getting somewhere. 2. I guarantee when you know, by the time I get to the end of this, it's going to be just right in my face the whole time, and I'll feel stupid for missing it, and then everyone will laugh at me. But, oh well, won't be the first time, I suppose. Hey, thanks to the host, SB. Very much appreciated. Right, it's that line. What is wrong with this line? Right. Let's see if it's the swig or the actual... Oh, I've found it. Oh, that's really annoying. No quote. Been writing... I have nothing further to say about that. Absolutely nothing. See, what do you want to bet? The whole thing works now. Where have I just copied from? Right, so let's add the quote back in. There we go. The rest are all in. Yep. And would you look at that? I mean, that's just annoying. I mean, yes, you know, it's good it works and stuff, but that's just not fair. Anyway, few issues I can see is I don't know what's going on with these. Did I not? Oh, I've commented out the bit that reinitializes the select. Yeah, so when you have select fields in this, you have to initialize them on the first time, and you have to do it again every time you edit them, even slightly. So obviously I'm generating a whole new one here, so I have to apply it. That makes sense. So now I should see that these have options. Oh, I see what I've done now. So what I should have actually done here is if type is equal to user, select selected, yeah. Then if I do that in each and every single one of them, like so, and then we can clear this bit out. Right, now when I refresh, it should detect that my subreddit type is user, because I'm not wiki team, outstanding contributor, or a bot. Contrary to common belief on Twitch support. There we go, so it's done that right. And now I can also do this here as well. And this time it's just come with mod. Right, let's try that. Oh. Oh, it's if data.type, isn't it? So it's data.type, then data.display. Subreddit, I think. There we go, so now it knows I'm a mod. Alright, sweet. Apparently that's not being allowed me to change that, even though it should do. If not, be an admin. I think I called this like that. Yep. I can do use purple plus DB users find one because there's only me to find. Yeah, admin true. Why is it not telling me? Yeah, res locals admin is, I don't know. That's not an issue, actual purple plus though, so it shouldn't be an issue for this. I'd hope. The difference between admin is that it just, all it does is it just has an extra little option here that we have a logbot in Discord, and I can turn this one on if that breaks, so it's like a backup. I can turn off the Reddit auto search bot if I really want to, but I tend to leave that on. And what we can also do is we can ensure that people agree with the Discord server rules. But we don't do that, so we just don't see the need to really, you know. Our community's a bunch of clever people. And where's the odd error, we can get to it. So it's detected here that I don't have a profile, which is good, because I don't. It's kind of bugging me the fact that it's very, very close to the edge. So I think the solution to that issue is that I... where am I appending this to? Search data. So what I can basically just do is style adding, I don't know, 5 pixels. There we are, it's a bit better. Oh, it's made no difference. How interesting. I can't see this because I put the console right to the top. There we go. That's because the padding only applies to that. I need to do search data. Then a lot of padding. Not to worry though, because it's in admin account, so I can delete this now because I know what the problem is. Yes. That didn't seem to work. Oh, there we go. Right. Oh, apparently it's now called search result. Why is that? I can say we'll do it like this. So we'll do then do the HTML. It can be the data rather than appending it with the parent. Shouldn't probably make much difference, but it might fix the padding issue, and it might just make it a bit. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. That's much better. So it's just good practice as well. So I think actually that's sort of the main side of it done. It's not input it's not put this data in, I don't think. But easy way to check. Switch it all on. That shouldn't be enabled. No. Right. Anyway. I don't know why it's throwing an unknown there. I don't think it ever throws an unknown error there, which is strange. Oh well, we'll look into that shortly. So, we can now remove this bit, because it's just not needed anymore. Actually, let's finish off first. So, what I want to check is if, yeah, so that's all enabled, that's enabled, that's enabled. Data to balance, I don't have a balance, I don't think. That's what I need to do really, I need to give all users a balance from the minute they sign up, which I've not been doing. I might have to run a database query on that later. I'll do auth login. Oh wait, I do. How does that happen then? That's why. It's always the little mistakes with these. Always little mistakes. This is the thing, so that should be there, regardless if the profile is ejected or not, but it should be like this, so that should be not equal, not equal to rejected, then it should be disabled, and that if. Oh, hang on, what? I don't know what I've done that for. It's just unnecessary. Okay, good, so that's disabled now. That's fine. Because I shouldn't be able to access it really. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is that's annoying me. I don't understand why that's doing that. So I'm getting the data, it's sending the data back. I'm no longer logging the data because I don't need to. So an unknown net. Oh wait, I'm trying to save it, aren't I? That's where it's erroring. Question is, why is it doing that? Let's look at when that's fired here. Apparently never. That's helpful, isn't it? Okay. That's too far down the list. Invite request, I think it might be. Check. To treat a Tuesday night like a Friday. What's that in a cup? She don't really know, but it's working. High off these pills, 6-inch heels and attention. She might want the world. Invite request, okay, that makes more sense. So, oh, this is going to be a pain. Look at what a mess this is. Right, so if that's 0, so that's fine, that's a number. Anyway, well, let's just check what we're actually sending it, and this might help a bit. Actually, normally this is where 2 screens would come in handy, because you can just compare the data side by side. But it is what it is, I suppose. Ooh, wrong one. Right. Okay. That's the wrong command prompt window, I want that one. I've done it again, I've not... I need to get Nerdmon installed, like really badly, so I was just going to keep doing this. I just need to find out what's going on with all these emotes here. Right. Can I pin this, or is that not a thing? No. Oh well. Let's put it there anyway. I'll just sort of... No, not that one. No! Every time I go to command prompt, the virtual box task thing open. Right, what was I looking for again? Okay, that's what I wanted. So, if passing the float of balance isn't a number, cause the error. Well, that is a number so in a string, so that's fine. If type, okay, type just doesn't exist, so that doesn't help. Subrate doesn't exist, which doesn't help. MAA admin true. That should be fine because I am an admin. And then it has to check for all that. It's okay, so it's just, it looks like the problem with it is it's just not detected this and this. Possibly this as well, but I need to find that out another way. Okay. Right. Wonder if I accidentally renamed it somewhere. So. Or I could just, you know, remove the whole the ID entirely for some reason. I should fix that one, and that should fix search data type. I should come up with a different name for this this one I'm here about to do, because it's not really about flares, it's just a profile in general, I suppose. Okay, let's try that. Oh, well, that's grand, isn't it? That user does not exist. Thank you. So at least it's got past this bit now. That's something. Oh, is it actually? Is it not past my ID on? Is that what it is? Okay, it's not given the ID. Great. Just what I needed. This data ID. Okay. That's an alright fix, that one, isn't it? Okay, that should work, and I think now, actually, if I go to our Twitch, we should see oh, I might not actually logged into it, that might be why. Because it might have actually signed with the MA flare, but I don't think it has done. It has, I'll fix it later. Okie dokie. Okay, so it's stuck, that's fine. Excellent. Now what I can do is I can go ahead and do a bit of profile. So what I'll do is I'll just fill this profile stuff with Lipson just to save a bit of time. Just because I do it does not mean you can do it in your profile, it will get it rejected. Believe it or not, people have tried that. I also had someone copy and paste the first something other page of the Bible the other day. Don't try that either, because that'll also get it rejected. I've put effort into it. Say, I'll just copy like that. Yep. See, that's something you don't see very often. Okay. Let's get off this because it's trying to load my player there and that'll just lag everything out. So now, let's see if it will just still accept what I'm trying to do. That's still fine. That hasn't worked though. Oh. What's going on here? Right. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote this bit. So what I want to do is if data.profile does not exist, then I want this to be disabled. It serves no purpose at that point. And then if that isn't the case, if it is equal to pending, like so, then I want it to be selected, and that's it. It's one column off going over the edge, that's annoying. Approved. Approved there as well. And let's change these to rejected as well. Okay, great. And then for this bottom one, is it more straightforward? Only the disabled part, like so. Oh dear. Right, if data.profile.status equals pending. Oh, it's not because it's checked, not selected, that's why. I remember now. There we go, so now it knows it's pending. So I'll set it to approved. Then if I refresh the page. Let's see if it remembers. Good, rejected. At that point this should reappear, but it's not doing, so we'll sort that in a minute. Hopefully this means I can test if this has worked. Good, okay, so that is still there, which shouldn't be, and then that is there, which should... Oh, I know what I've done for that, right. Let's clear it again, just to see if that does work, and then... Good, so it's gone back to thinking there's nothing there. So all I need to do now is just disable this when it's not in use, and disable this when it's not in use, but also make it enable when it then is in use. So many uses. So I only want this to be enabled. So if data.profile.status is not equal to approved, then that can be disabled. It's fine. And then for this one, that one's fine. So what I now need to do is somewhere in this lot, it will have something right at the bottom. This is it here. So if search data for there. So if it's checked, then disabled is... Shouldn't that be the other way around? Let me submit another profile, we'll find out. get off this before it loads the player again. Okay. Right, so if I set that to approved, that becomes that, then it goes away again, but then that should appear. So this is why, because it doesn't have a thing, does it? So I could have picked a bit of a smaller ID for it, couldn't I? Okay, that should solve that problem. Good, 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 good. Okay, so that's fine. And I think the last thing I need to do is just on the this mess is find where have I put this. Right. So I want this or to be another one like this. And if rec body profile is equal to rejected and there's no I assume it's rejection reason. Let's check that now. Because I think rejection reasons are sort of, they've been quite a big thing in this. I think a lot of people have found them useful. So we need to sort of make sure that unless you select one, it just won't go through. What also means I need to do is just there's no invalid requesting down here. Just add one. Invalid underscore request. You have submitted an invalid request. Just like that. So now, what we should find is if I now try and reject my own profile without specifying a reason for why, then it will just say, no Glycigant, you can't do that. Great. I spoke too soon, didn't I? Oh, I know why. So once again, I've forgotten to do that. I'm gonna have to get a sticky note or something, just stick it on the monitor. I don't know if no one's just not available on Windows 7 or something, but I just couldn't get it to work. I'll have to have a play around for the next stream. Right. Nope, that still worked. I don't... Let's pull back up the this. Not too far, haven't I? Right, rejection reason, profile. So they're right. That shouldn't be a thing anymore. That's why it's doing it, because it's deciding that if there isn't one available, then it'll just pick one. But I don't want it to do that. I think we might also have custom ones. See, there we go. But now if I select it as other, that's better. So now what I need to just quickly do is fix this. So once again, for some silly reason, I've put this as on the display if that's the one that they've got, which is exactly sort of the opposite of what I want to do. So if I do that, and then the thing is disabled up there if it needs to be, that's fine. It's just a case of going around and copy and pasting all the old ones into the new ones. And then I think that's this feature done. And we'll go back to the actually no, we won't go back to the statistics yet. I think what I'll do for the statistics is I will work out how to actually get them, and then I'll worry about the animation for it later. I just think it'd look a bit nice, to be honest. But, you know, can't be everything, can it? There we go, and the other was selected already. I'm calling this feature done. Let's see what else I want to work on. Okay. Oh, that's a nice one. I might do that one next. Yeah, I'm going to do this one. This was by someone in the Discord server, I believe. Blushyface, I think it was. And I think this is quite a good one because currently, if you go to the profile page, there's a little thing here that lets you choose what it is you're looking for. Let's choose your badge or flare or role, whatever you want to call it. It's a drop down, but it's not exactly obvious to what it is. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to first of all log in as a different account, so I don't keep loading up the stream play that'll just crash everything. I want to log out of Twitch now, aren't I? Which means, of course, no, not Twitter, Twitch.tv. Sign out? I don't know, is that a thing? Let's find out. Probably isn't. Yes, continue to beta. Okay, that kind of worked. And then I'm going to sign in as my alt, which I've cleverly titled Gliscient, and then I think the password is. I'd rather see you in my dreams. Every chance you dance, I'll take. If I can't see you wouldn't we go if I had to do a password reset on the middle of the stream? Right, I think that's what it was. Okay, so now if I log back in again, just prove that. And then if I go to my profile page, super quickly fill out a profile. That one. Let's just chop that down a bit. Other. I've done this a few times before because I always do it this way. Okay. So here's what I'm referring to. So if you go to edit appearance, you get this flare badge thing, and I've got somewhere the at least I should do. Hope I do. In this thing, not that one. Image flare. I've got all the R-Twitch flares saved, which I used in the site. Which obviously look really low res now because I've just done that. But anyway, so this is what we've got. There we go. So this is what we've got, and I think if I can just do it so all these ones appear, and maybe they go grey or something, maybe one gets bigger than the other, I don't know. So I think the first stage to this is to get them on the page. Let me just remove this code because I'll forget otherwise. Don't need this anymore. Thank goodness. Right. So I think the first part to this is let's actually just find where it is because it's in this slot somewhere. This is a big file. Okay. So let's just comment this out for the time being. Yeah, okay, and then I don't know what's best to do it with an A tag? I don't know. Yeah, let's do it with an A for now. href nowhere. And then tell you what, let's just leave it at that for now, and then we will put in here image tag, which is source image string. streamer underscore gaming.png. Hope. Let's just put them all there, really. So creative, social eating, IRL. Oh, it doesn't want to let me, is it? Touch of music, that's the next one. I always forget that one now that music's sort of merged with creative, but I like to keep it separate because I think that, I don't know, when I hear creative I think art rather than music, and I don't particularly like that they put programming and development under the same bracket as art as well. And I get there's communities and stuff, and I get that you can put stuff in the title that'll prove otherwise, but I've never been keen on that change personally. I also just realised that I put streamer in front of everything rather than just the ones that aren't actually streamers. Just chop those back. Fabulous. Okay, apparently there's not no turn up, apparently we're on strike or something. That's helpful. This one here. Right, so that's commented out. In the ball bin. Right. There needs to be response images or something. Responsive image. Like so. Oh, I know why it's not doing it. It's because that picture doesn't exist. It's because it needs a flare in it. Well done. Right, flare. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did I miss one? Oh, I think this one's called something. I think it's called Intro for Legacy reasons, isn't it? There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So I think if I do tooltips for them, that's the best way. Then I'll come up with some way of making them be selectable, I suppose. So tooltips. I can't remember how to do tooltips, you know. Here we go. So you tooltipped. Okay. So I want to do class equals that lot, and then I don't want top, I want bottom. Go through and change them all. Like so, and then do gaming streamer, creative streamer, social eating streamer, IRL streamer, this might take a moment. Oh, that was a chore. Right, that's done. Now let's see if that actually worked. good, okay. So if I... just think how best to do this. I pull up style. Let's make a new bit at the bottom. So edit, primary, blare / roll. So it was profile, edit, appearance, A image. I can never really do grey style, hang on. CSS, thanks Google, stay at CSS, grey scale. That's the one. Well done me. There we go. Right, then I want to do not bother, I think. And I want to also do, just above that, all of the A's, no image. So I want to do transition, grey, gay, oh, I can already do this now. I should do that, it's here, isn't it? See, transitions is one of those where I can never remember the order in which you put them. There's no really way of remembering it. Transition with would you put filter or filter grayscale? I don't know. Let's try filter. When the lag disappears. Filter. 1 second. Oh, actually, no, 500 milliseconds. And double up. So WebKit filter 500 milliseconds. No, not that. This one. Okay, none of that worked. That's nice. Oh, I bet it's because it's profile appearance category, that's why. Why is this? No, I don't want that to be its own. Please don't start lagging now. It's done so well all the stream. There we go. Just a bit slow. Maybe 200? 200, maybe that'll work better. That's more like it, yeah, that's what I wanted to look like. Okay, good. So what I want to do now is well, basically find a way of connecting it really. So actually when you click it, it does something. So let's put an ID on each of them. Okay. These don't seem to have actually a... oh, because it's done with select, isn't it? Right. Profile, appearance, category, This one can be streamer-game. Just go through and append this to all of them. I was getting it wrong once. Why is ID? Oh, where's what done now? Oh dear. Streamer, gaming. Then I paste this into the existing ID slot I made for some reason. Sometimes I just make it hard for myself. That's the main problem. That's creative. I realise this looks like a mess already with all lines going over 2 lines, but it's going to get a lot worse in a minute. Social eating. IRL. Talk show. This one, music again. Artist. Developer. Whoops. Okay. So they've now all got IDs, which is good. Just wondering actually, is there an easier way? I suppose it doesn't necessarily matter what the ID is, because it'll... Yeah, actually I've changed my mind, I want to do this now. Get rid of all these. I just think that actually, in hindsight, I don't think using the ID is the best way forward. I think a data attribute might be better. So I'll use data underscore, no, data dash value. And for these, I can now just change it to... And then basically I can just use whichever is the active one really. And on the note of the active one, that means that I need to now go through and actually this went harder than I thought. I need to go and verify that these are actually all allowed. Okay. This might take a moment. Creative, social, team. Oops. There's a moment then when I just thought I got something horribly wrong. Also, don't know what all these extra quotes are for all of a sudden. That's probably just caused that errors that I just never even realised were a problem. Because that's live, that bit that's up there, that's been going on the actual site for ages. So, there's probably some sort of bug there. I've also realised I've not closed any of these. No. Why is selecting things so hard? Okay, good. Alright, good. So that's that. So now I should find that when I go back onto this, there should only be other, which is a slight problem now I think about it, but oh well. What I need to do definitely is just center this, because it doesn't look right when it's left aligned. Good, okay, that's what I want. I'll also fix this later. Great, so now what I need to do is just better way of doing this is if I do it as a class called active after tooltip. Okay. I'm not sure, I've just realised having listened to, I've had the Monster Cat playlist on for an hour and a half now, probably just over. I don't just want to keep it or not in the end. I might change to something else. I don't know. Also, I might have run into issues with monetized content, that's something I've not thought of. Oh well, okay, so not active and not active. So the idea is when you click one of them, it'll clear all the active classes off, so everything returns to normal, and apply the active class to whatever you've selected. So what's my flare set to then? Profile. Oh, that's interesting. I think I might stop using this, so I think it might come under display now. I think I checked that. Because I now use data display, that profile, and then this should be other now. There we go, so now it's detected that that's my thing, I suppose. So if I go and edit my profile now, just will be let's be a developer and a moderator today. Sure, that'll do. Why not test how vulnerable the site is at the same time? And I might apply the same thing here. I have to think about it. Yeah, I think I will do. Okay, good. So it detects I'm a developer. Whereas when I set it to other, it probably selected that. So what I need to do is this one, and this one. So then I want to do document.delegate profile category, I think it was. Let's go with that. A. Click function. What we want to do is remove Remove class, or is it delete class? I think it's remove class. Remove class active, and then this, add class active. So that will remove the class active from all of them, and that will add it to just that one, in theory. Okay, that actually works quite nicely. I think it's much nicer. I'm quite pleased with that. So, how did the tool thing do? Oh, it did, yeah. Okay, then what I now need to do is, this is where it gets a bit more complicated. So I want to do this dot active and then dot data value. While those, I'll just sort of log that just in case. Let's try that out. Moderator. Other. Developer. Okay. And let's switch to something different. Let's just say other for now. Fresh. And it's just not got anything now. Maybe it's because... Oh, unless that's set to the old thing. Oh wait, no, profile over. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Why has it not detected that then? Let's put it as... I was hoping it'd display somewhere, but it's not doing. That is very strange. Wonder why it's not. See, it's just displaying nothing there. So what is... Yeah, profile other still. Data display, profile. What about if I make it developer like it used to be? Also doesn't work. I go to this and load it up again. Oh, I was hoping. Keyboard gone again. Oh, keyboard's gone again. I don't know why that keeps happening. Must be some sort of hotkey that keeps turning it off. Time to restart then. Just give it a minute to restart. Can't figure out why this keeps happening. Just seems to just be on a mission to stop me from doing this. I'll have to look into like troubleshooting, look into it after the stream. Go. Right. And the keyboard works again. I don't know. I really don't know. Right. Okay, let's get started. Come on, Node. Why is Node so slow? There we go. Right. Take me to a place where seeing is believing. Tell me that I'm only dreaming. Can someone take away this feeling? Let's have a look into this then. I can't remember what I was trying to test now. Oh yeah, I was looking into the database for me, that was it. What could it be? I don't understand. Let's try setting it to this. Okay, so that's not changing anymore. That probably doesn't help. So when I send this off, where's it going? So profile. Profile. I just realised it doesn't actually. Where is it actually? Because I seem to remember that that takes just the person, doesn't it? Oh, so that takes the text, right? So. Oh, I see the issue. Basically, I'm an idiot. That's the problem. So that was right in the first place, and I've just actually wrecked it. So it should be that, and then this should be like a fail counter, I think. that's not what... No. Right, okay. Let's try this again. Save that. Get up. Oh, hang on. Can't reach trim undefined, 26. Let's just put an and. So, and that. So fix that error. Still not updating there. It has detected it as... Oh, I know why. It's because I'm logged in as Glycient, aren't I? Not Glycient. That probably doesn't help. There's better just sitting in my face the whole time. That's my revision. There we are. That explains a lot. Let's see if other works as well. Okay, keep the same one selected. That works. What if I mess with it? Change that so the thing is active. Will it recognise that as an error? No, it won't. I suppose I can check it this server side, can't I? Actually, no, I think I'll just leave it as it is for now. Because I would imagine it works on else, so if it's... I'll just set it as other, wouldn't it? So that's fine. That's fine. Okay. It's alright, I'm sure I've heard this music somewhere recently before. Can't put my finger on it. Right. So, let's go and put that on. Oh wait, no, that won't work, would it? I was thinking you should have put it on the submit part as well. Let's see, so where's step 5 bit? Probably quite far up, I'd imagine. Here we go, right. Oaks fit pens as we go, right. I'm not sure that's the way forward. But I might leave that as a select, you know. I don't think it's worked very well. Okay, good, so that works. Another one down. So let's see if there's a quick one we can do, or I might just leave it there for now. That might be an alright one to fix, I suppose, maybe not. I've done that one already. Yeah, I think I might leave it there for today. I think I've got quite a fair bit done. And even though it might have gone necessarily completely smoothly, I think it was worth doing. So I think for tomorrow, I'm going to work on the schedule pages. First, the existing one. So what I want to be able to do is fact, let me show you on the actual page. Just click that. Right, as you can see here, it shows you in this format, whereas if you actually look on the person's profile, just picking on this person because I know that they will have one. Oh, it's loaded a clip as well. So yeah, this is the format's currently displayed, and I wanted to show. I say someone suggested it showed in the same format, so it's on the schedule page. That's an idea. I also want to be able to count down to the next stream. It should be nice. So that's it from me for today. I will be back tomorrow at an early time of 9:30 British time, which is coordinate time, which is, I don't know what else that is, but there'll be a countdown below the stream in the extensions panel. So thank you very much for those of you that watched. Thank you to nlittle15 for following. Thank you to Shadows and Daspy for hosting. I hope you've all had a very good time, and I'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully.